Good morning, and this is Gail from Burger Sewing and Vacuum in Manassas, Virginia, and welcome to the first of 3 little mini classes on how to use the straight out of line, non-slip straight out of line ruler from Creative Grids. And I love this ruler. A lot of times we think that, oh, it will only do one thing or maybe 2 things, because the little handout that comes with it shows you 2 different types of squares that you can do. But you can actually do more than that depending on your colors and if you mirror the cuts or not. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that today. So I'm going to use the straight outline ruler. And today I'm going to just be using 1 cut. I know that you're supposed to do 2 cuts, but you can get some really fun looks with just 1 cut. Now the thing is, if you're going to do 1 cut, you need to make sure that when you cut your fabric that it is 1/2 inch shorter top to bottom than side to side, because you're going to be having a seam down the middle, so then it will make it the right size. I didn't do that the first time, and then I had all these rectangles instead of squares. I also like to use this glow line tape, and I put it on my rulers. Otherwise, there's nothing worse than cutting it at the wrong line because you forgot where the line was. So I usually use my glow line tape, so I know that I have my 5 1/2 this way and my 6 this way. So after I have my rectangles cut out, now I'm going to lay my ruler, my straight line ruler, on there and just make 1 cut. Now the other thing you have to think about when you're doing this is if you're going to have them all the same way, which means all your fabrics will be facing right side up, or if you're going to have some mirrors in there, which means you'll have fabrics right side up and wrong sides up, and cut them and you will get the mirrors of those. So I'm going to show you some fun things that you can do. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do it with all the same. So I have no mirrored squares in here, and I'm trying to get this in front of the camera. I'm going to show you how you can do some fun pinwheels. So if you were to do these, let me get these all lined up here. One of the things you can make is a fun little pinwheel. And if you start adding on to that, I'll move this over a bit. I'm trying to work around the camera, trying to get used to this. And then you could do another one the same way. And if you start building it out, you can see, as I move all my things out of the way, you can get a really fun look. And what you will also get is when you start building up and down, you're also going to be getting the pinwheels of the other color. But that can be a really fun look. Now, if you wanted to, just to see what the yellows will look like, you could do the yellows to the inside. And then you get a totally different look with the lighter colors on the inside and the darker colors. And you could do it like this, so you have a light and a dark. You can put them together however you want to. You could also, if you wanted to, you could do the fatter sides to the inside. And that gives you kind of this wonky looking pinwheel. So you can do all kinds of fun things with just this 1 cut and just putting them close together. And make sure that you have a dark value and a light value. I did one with 2 kind of medium values, and you can't really see the pinwheels very well. So you want to do that. But you can do all kinds of things. And it's a great way to use up scraps. You don't even have to use the same fabrics. You can tell I don't even have the same fabrics here. So that's a fun thing to do. Now, what if I were to use, I'm going to pull these guys out. I'm going to put the small ones into the center. Now, what if I were to use some of the mirrored ones instead? So now if I put 2 mirrored ones here, now I have another look, and you have a pinwheel, but you have it's a really wonky pinwheel because you have a fat side and a skinny side. So you could do that and have another totally different look. And of course you could do it with lights here and darks there, and mix and match them up again. So it's a fun thing to do, just to start playing with your fabrics and see what kind of look you want before you put them together. Now I have to keep all my mirrors and non-mirrors together, because now I'm going to show you some other fun things. And one of the things I did is I started drawing little pictures out to see And so what if I did this? And then, oops, I need my mirror one. This is one. And before you start doing things, you have to think about it. Ooh, what am I going to do? Do I need some mirrored pieces or not? Now if I do that, and then I can do it. Oops. Let's see, I need this one here and this one here. And now you can see how I can build up. Let me grab this one. How I have kind of an hourglass going on. And if I build it up, I would have the yellow hourglass the opposite way, up on the top and the bottom, with the darker one on the inside. So you can see how you can keep building out these designs and get a lot of fun things. The other one, you can see that I drew pictures with the dark and light, but you could also do it if you wanted to. Oops, I'm going to do it this way. I could also do it this way. So now I could have it broken up. So now I have the darks with the lights top and bottom, and the lights with the darks top and bottom. So you get another entirely different look. And you can just keep messing around with them. These are really fun to just start playing around with. Now another one that I did that was fun is I started out with this one on top, and then I'm going to have, oops, I need a small one. This is where you really have to start playing with this, like this, and then I have a small one coming up with a big one over here. And you can see I'm starting to get these parallelograms going on. And let's see, I need this one and this one, trying to figure out which ones are the mirrored and which ones are not the mirrored. And now you can see that, now this is another look that I think is really fun, because I get a parallelogram, and I have them going across. And of course, when you add to the top and the bottom, you're going to get this whole parallelogram look everywhere. Now what if I wanted to do a chevron? So let's look at doing a chevron. So I'm going to get this one over here. I'm going to start with this one. And then I'm going to have a yellow on the top here. And I'm going to do the small yellow and the big yellow. And then on the bottom, I'm going to do the green. So I need the one with the smaller end there, and then the bigger end, and then the smaller end, and the bigger one. And now you can see I'm starting to get the chevron. And then as you build it up, you're going to have the yellow chevron on the top, yellow chevron, and then you're going to have yellow, green, yellow, green, yellow, green. And so you can get chevrons all the way across. So these are just some of the fun things you can do with just a single cut. So if you're going to do this and you're going to just do the one cut, make sure you cut it in a rectangle first. So top to bottom is going to be 1/2 inch smaller than the side to side. And then think about, do I need to have mirrored pieces as well as the other piece or not? And mix and match and have fun, just making sure that you have darks and lights so you can really see the designs that you come up with. And you can make them totally scrappy and do all kinds of fun things and just mess around and have fun and create some wonderful quilts. And if you have some wonderful quilts, we would love to see them, so you can bring them into the shop here in Manassas if you live in the Northern Virginia area, or you can send us some pictures. But thank you very much. And next month I will do one of the other blocks, and the month after that I will do the last block, and I'll show you different things that you can do with all those different blocks. But once again, this is the straight out of line ruler. I'll put it on a piece of black paper so you can actually see it by Creative Grids. Thank you, and happy quilting.